YouTube has continued to attack alternative media by demonetizing most of our videos. If you'd like to support the channel, please visit our Amazon store or our Patreon page. Links below. Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. And you know, when I was in college, I did a lot of dumb things. In fact, I did a lot of dumb things before college, and I did a lot of dumb things after college. But here's the thing. No one would care, right? Because I'm a nobody. Even though I've got an audience on YouTube and I talk to you guys about the stuff that I find, ultimately no one's going to care what I do. And thankfully, I was a teenager before the days of social media, so all of my exploits were not filmed and blasted out for the world at large to see. However, I also never was the president's daughter, which couldn't happen anyway, but still, because if I was, or if you were, if any of us were related directly, immediate family to the president, our every move would be heavily scrutinized. Hence, this article here on the Daily Caller. Now, this is from Benny Johnson, reporter at large, who says here, leaked video alleges to show Malia Obama blowing smoke rings. I love that they throw in there the alleged, because it's really hard to kind of not see it. Anyway, it says former President Barack Obama's oldest daughter, Malia, was accepted to Harvard last spring. According to reports, she has taken well to the campus in recent months. The 19-year-old has used the time to settle into campus after a gap year filled with interesting news stories. She was filmed in a series of interesting circumstances at the music festival Lollapalooza in April, and her internship for now infamous sexual predator Harvey Weinstein's company also made headlines amidst the movie mogul's downfall. So you can kind of see what they're alluding to here. This is one of the reasons why I chose the Daily Caller as the article to reference, because I love the implicit bias. Now, granted, the Daily Caller is clearly right-wing, clearly conservative, leaning in nature. Nothing wrong with that, by the way. But I love when you can kind of pick apart the general BS here. Also, Benny, you're going to want to use other words other than interesting, synonyms. But when you have the thing here saying that she was under interesting circumstances at the Lollapalooza festival, there was reports there for smoking marijuana. At the same time, who cares? How many people out there smoke pot? I smoke it occasionally. I'm pretty sure you smoke it or you imbibe it in some form or another. A 19-year-old girl getting high is not the end of the world, former president's daughter or not. Her being an intern with Harvey Weinstein is interesting for about 2 seconds, unless there's a scandal there. So don't try to, create smoke where there is none. But in recent days, TMZ's reported about her allegedly smoking and making out with a co-ed at the Harvard-Yale football game. Oh, dear God. A 19-year-old girl away from home at Harvard, smoking and making out. That's something we all should worry about. That's something we all should be talking about. Granted, the only reason why people care is because she is the daughter of a former U.S. president, right? And it's one of those things, too, where you're just like, come on. So, in Now Other News and Culture sites alleges to have video of Malia Obama blowing smoke rings in an undisclosed bathroom location. And this is the video right here. So you can see it just says, get your camera right now. She's blowing smoke rings, people have speculated, is it weed? Is it cigarettes? Is it vape? I don't know if I'd go as far as to say, if I had to guess, I'd say vape, but it also looks a little bit too light to be vape. I'm a smoker of 9 years myself. So, looks like it might be, looks like it could possibly be cigarettes or weed. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't even really matter. In the long run there. But that's it. That's her whole thing. She's just sitting there blowing some smoke rings and someone posted it to Instagram. Not the end of the world. But I love that he's trying to make it seem more nefarious than it is. Right? And this is why I love these kind of stories. Doesn't matter if it's left or if it's right. When people come out and they're just all like, oh no, she's doing something crazy. I actually have to give credit here to both Chelsea Clinton and Ivanka Trump, because Chelsea says that Malia Obama's private life as a young woman, a college student, and a private citizen should not be your clickbait. Be better. Now, that's a very true statement. When Chelsea Clinton moved into the White House, I believe she was 12 years old, and she became the subject of scorn and ridicule from Rush Limbaugh. He attacked her one time pretty heavily, and to which case many Republicans turned around and went after him as a result of that. And so when President Bush had his two daughters that were a little bit older than Chelsea was when she went in there, they left them alone. The Bush daughters were pretty much left alone. No one cared about them because they were the president's children, and they had nothing to do with the politics and his policies and anything else. Now, the thing that I want to also point out here too that's really cool is Ivanka jumped in on the fight by saying Malia Obama should be allowed the same privacy as her school-age peers. She's a young adult and a private citizen and should be off limits. Now, when you have the current first daughter, the old first daughter, well, many years old first daughter, coming out and saying that a former first daughter is off limits, that's something that I think everyone can get behind and everyone can respect, truthfully. I look at the situation and I think to myself, no, these people are off limits. Even Ivanka working in the White House you can criticize her because she's part of it. But if Ivanka, like Tiffany Trump, for example, Tiffany Trump, not involved in any of this. And yet people at the beginning of her father's presidency were attacking her to the point of where you had people like Whoopi Goldberg standing up and defending Tiffany Trump because they have no control over what their parents do. They have no part in anything that their parents do. They're just trying to live their lives and they're put in the situation, and they should be granted the respect of any other private citizen doing private citizen things. And honestly, what this story, I actually really like this story because it shows you, for one, you've got Ivanka right here on the right-hand side saying that, you know, leave her alone. You got Chelsea coming out and saying, leave her alone. People who know exactly what it's like in that position are coming out and saying, leave her alone. And I enjoy that because that to me is that common ground that I think anyone can get behind. It's just basic human decency at that point, coming out and saying, look, leave the girl alone. You know, I mean, if she was grabbing a Glock and robbing a liquor store and someone caught that on Snapchat, yeah. 9 o'clock news. Not even 9, man. 5 o'clock, front and center. That is late breaking news right there. You cut off whatever's going on if you got footage of Malia Obama robbing a liquor store. But if she's at Harvard doing teenager things like getting high, getting drunk, and getting down and dirty, right? Most people do that stuff. The girl spent 8 years cooped up in the White House. She's now a young, free woman, essentially. Give her the peace she deserves. And, you know, and don't try to run articles that are trying to capitalize on that stuff. In terms of the negative, I should say. Talking about it is what I'm doing. This video is monetized, if it even is monetized. So I can't really sit there and be like, no capitalism for you, while I, of course, am trying to capitalize on it. My point is, she's a private citizen. Let her be a private citizen. Because, you know, there's plenty of time in her life down the road where she will be called out for things her father did. Just like Ivanka will be called out for things her father did, and Chelsea's called out for things her mom and dad did. You know, I would say let Malia have a little bit of time to enjoy not being 44's first daughter. Hey guys, that wraps up this video. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do so below. I love to read your guys' input. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me in the YouTube algorithm. If you want to support the channel, there's the Amazon affiliate store, there's PayPal, there's Patreon, there's Bitcoin. And if you're bored and you want something else to watch, check out 3 Buck Theater up here. My name is Matt Jarbo. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a wonderful day. Peace out.